Hello everybody, my name is Still Trinth, and today I'll be teaching you how to make audio for Windows Phone 7. But also, I'll be teaching you how to set up the icons so that it'll appear with a proper icon on the operating system. I'll tell you how to actually set up the name so it'll appear with a proper name. So let's get started. Firstly, we're going to open up Visual Studio 2010. And we're going to go onto New Project. Let's click Windows Phone Game, of course. This is fine. And now we're actually going to import the stuff we had from last time. So if you remember, just put the file I gave you, or just if you already have an input manager you can use this. So anyways, let's skip to when that's done. Okay, so now that that's done, we can actually go ahead and start doing all that we need for actually doing the audio. So, firstly, we want to actually load in the audio. So to do this, we're just going to do, firstly for a sound effect, just do sound effect. Let's give it a name, sound effect. And then for the songs, you do song, and then the name, in this case is song. And we can load it with the content manager, which makes it quite easy. Firstly, we're going to go onto our Windows Phone. Oh, I had that open. Anyways, we're going to go onto our tutorial folder, which I've left in the description. We see we have two files over here, Scarlet Fire and Sound. So we just drag that onto content. And we can go ahead and load this just by doing sound effect equals content dot load sound effect, and we give it the name, just the name. Do not give it the file extension. Sorry, you only need the name. Song equals content dot load song. And the name of the song, in this case Scarlet Fire. Scarlet Fire. There we go. And so now both of these files should be loaded. And we can actually start playing this. But firstly, I want to make a little rule so we can make something easier in a bit. Actually equals false, and we can actually check if the media player of the phone is already playing something, and also if we already have control over it. So we can do if media player dot game has control and media player dot state is different from media state dot playing. So this will tell us if we actually have the right to play anything. So we do, if we do media player dot play song. I'm going to delete this. There we go. And we do playing equals true. And then if not, playing equals false. Oh wait, I wrote it terribly wrong. Okay, playing, there we go. Alright, now we're actually going to make use of our input so we can actually control when the sound effects happen. So if input dot input dot a dot just pressed equals true. This specific thing will change depending on if you are actually using the file that I gave you or if you made one of your own. So anyways, sound effect dot play, and then we can just copy this, and we're going to actually go ahead and make it so we can pause the music. So we're gonna do playing equals opposite of playing, well, not playing, so that if playing is true it'll be false, and if it's false it'll be true. And we do if playing equals true, else, and over here we do media player dot pause, no sorry, dot resume, and if not we do media player dot pause. There we go. And if we did this all correctly, we should be able to just run this, and we'll hear on the emulator our music, and we can pause it, we can resume it, and we can play sound effects. So that's audio done. So let's get on to the next part. Let's see how to actually go ahead and change the icons and the name of that jazz. Firstly, I've left in the tutorial folder two images. One for background, which is the one you see when you're installing the XIP, and one for phone game thumb, which is the one that you actually see when you're using the OS. So you can just drag this onto here. Yes, yes. And now that we have this, you will see that when you actually go ahead and run it, the images will be changed. Let's run this again. Although in the emulator it doesn't immediately update, you usually have to just press on it. Yeah, you can see it's there. Just uninstall it and go ahead and run it again, and it should be easy to see it. There. It was there for a split second, but there it is. Okay. On to the next part. As you can see, it's still there. You'll see that this is not really much of a name now, is it? I don't think anybody is going to be quite excited to play Windows Phone Game 9. So let's actually go ahead and change this name. To do that, we can just go onto Project, Windows Phone Game 9 Properties. Well, it won't always be called that, but you can actually go ahead and go onto Application and Assembly Information. Here you have quite a few things. You have the title, which we can change. Let's say audio stuff. You got the description, you got the company, you got the product, you got the copyright, you got the trademark, and you got the version. And also you got this, don't touch this, and you also got this. Wonderful, right? It is. So anyways, we got this, and we can actually go ahead and just click OK in this case. I'm not going to change much here. Yeah, we can give it a description. That's very descriptive, I think. Anyways, we can click OK. And if we run this again, we'll see that the name is actually changed. Finally, you can go here and you can change the assembly name, this default namespace. You got all of this stuff. Maybe if you want to be safe, you can also change this to audio stuff. And you can also change the image here. Remember, this is what you see in the OS, this is what you see when installing the application. So that's basically it. Oh wait, sorry, I got confused. This is the bigger image you see when it's on the main menu, and this is what you see when it's on the smaller menu. Anyways, that's all for today. I hope you've had a wonderful time following this series, and this will be the end, unless there is something else you want me to talk about. If so, just tell me, and I might make a video on it. Anyways, see ya. Have a wonderful time.